My name is Corday Hankton.
Oh,
I'm a graduate assistant at Michigan State University, and I am going to answer these questions. I do give consent that my answers be used. Um, However, they need to be for the class. First question is, how do you think sports has changed from when you were young? Um, it's changed in a many different ways. It's to me one of the largest money makers in the United States. I think that's especially on the college university standpoint. And that's why we're in such a frenzy now to figure out how we will be able to play sports, especially football this fall. The big question that most people have for me, players getting paid was never a thing. We didn't have stipends when I played college football. We just had room and board, and they took care of it, and we didn't. Some people got refund checks, some people didn't. Now everyone receives stipends for their room and board, and off campus, out of state. So once again, it goes back to money. As to me, the biggest thing that is sports today. I love to see the growth of women's sports, even though they're not where they need to be from a equality standpoint of pay. They fill out stadiums and pack out stadiums just as much as men do, if not more sometimes. And that needs to be addressed as well. Question number 2 is, in terms of race, what inequalities have you seen over the course of your life? How have those changed as the time is going on? For me, growing up, racial inequalities wasn't as big because I'm from New Orleans, and to be quite honest, 2 cousins removed was probably a different different race from where we're from. So, when people say you didn't see color, that is actually a true thing in the state of Louisiana. Well, really, not just the state of Louisiana, but New Orleans, southeast Louisiana. Because the simple fact that a lot of our cousins were different races than we were technically, either white, black, or Asian, or whatever the case may be. And that helped us understand how to deal with people of different races. We were, our city is raised on love, music, food, friends, family. That's the biggest parts of our life. It's not politics. It's not, who makes the most money. We eat breakfast and talk about what we're going to eat for dinner. We eat lunch. We eat breakfast and talk about what we're going to eat for lunch, and eat lunch and talk about what we're going to eat for dinner, and eat dinner and talk about what we're going to have for breakfast the next day. Our families are brought up in the kitchen or in the backyard on a grill. And that's how we live our lives. And I believe it allows us to have those conversations and talks with our kids from a young age, because as we know, hate is a taught thing. Nothing about hate is hereditary. The only thing hereditary about it is generations down past, keep continuously teach it until they're taught something different. That's the only way that thing is going to change. How has it changed as the time is going on? Race relations along the world has changed so drastically because of social media, because of cell phones, and you can see it. Everything is front and center. Everything is right in our face. Everything is instantaneous. 20 years ago, we wouldn't have known about George Floyd. Maybe months down the line, weeks down the line, but we instantly knew about it because of social media, because of camera phones, and being able to have upload and download things instantly through technology. It has brought light to racial injustices even more. A lot of the times we deal with things as African Americans or minorities in general, and we kind of just let it go by the wayside. But now, it's to the point where everyone is basically fed up around the country in different races. That people as human beings are not being treated how they should be, justly. And the third one, in terms of gender, what inequalities have you seen over the course of your life? How has those changed as life has gone on. As I spoke about with sports, women not having fair pay, because that's the things that I've dealt with or I've seen. When I was a police officer, there are times where some men feel as though they aren't treated fairly for promotion purposes because they feel some women may have been given favor because they looked a certain way or had a certain relationship, which I think is completely bogus and unfair to give those critiques. But that's just an assessment. That's just an assessment that I have as as dealing with life. But it goes back to how are you as a person, as a human being, as an individual. What are you bringing into the world? What kind of juice you bringing into the world? Because you get whatever juice that you're giving off. If you're bringing good juice, you get good juice. If you're bringing bad juice, you're going to get it. It may not be right now. It may not be tomorrow. But at some point, that juice that you give off, whether it be good or bad, is going to come back to you. And that is all I have for the 3 questions. If there are any further questions, I'm more than happy to help and give answers. And if I need to elaborate any further on these, just let me know.